Hago.
H-A-G-O. Hago.
Hago. And this one says old 2. Hello, people on the internet. Today I'm going to continue with the restoration of my Graham's 1994 Ford Ranger 4x4. Right there. What's left of it, at least. There's not much left on that frame. Anyway, if you're new and you want to get caught up above my head is a link to a delicious recipe for a Tibetan yak cheese cake. I have a whole pile of parts that have arrived for the truck, but today's main focus is just going to be knocking out work in general on the Ranger. Spot weld drill bit, spot welds. I also have this style of a spot weld drill bit in case this one doesn't do the job. It's at a weird angle though. I gotta go slow. If I go fast, then the bit gets really hot and it gets dull fast. So I'm gonna try to make this bit last through all these spot welds I gotta drill out. My original idea, since I have to replace this core support due to the rust, was to drill these out and actually put bolts here so this was a removable item in the future. But honestly, it's kind of impossible because of where the seam is at. Those holes would be so close to the edge that it would be like putting a bolt through a U. Don't you dare! This one's at a really tricky angle because I got this little hump right here. I don't even know if I can get to it. I might end up drilling all the way through on the front side. I hate you! That one's gonna go all the way through. I don't think there's any way not to. Alright, now I gotta try to spread those two panels apart. That was graphic. Not the ideal weapon of choice, but this will have to do. This isn't really the right type of... Oh, hey! Ha! Look at that! Easy! Easy cheesy! There we go. Oh, are you kidding me? They put spot welds on the bottom? Those f***ing assholes? Yeah, cause look, this is the core support right here. It's completely separate. Wait, no. Oh, wait. Will you turn? Oh, wow. Really? Okay. Yeah, that's clearly two separate pieces. That little captured nut on the bottom. Question is, will the rest of these come out just as easy? Because I am not going to put penetrant on here and wait 10 hours. Something. Oh yeah. I have to take the front fenders off. Problem is, I am running out of space in here to store stuff. But I got to take them off. Disassemble. Where's my... Wow, I'm an idiot. This is definitely not the right tool. Ooh, a sticker. Hago. Hago. Hag 0. I like that it's like digital sticker. Look how shiny that is. The bolt was mint. Oh, there's one at the bottom. Alright. That was a lot of shit that just came out the bottom of that fender. That should be it though. Oh, and a chunk of foam. Ew! Holy crap! Oh, jeez. I really wish I had more sandpaper for my finger sander. This would be probably easier. corner of the core support should be free now. Good. Of course the top ones have to suck even harder than the bottom ones. Let's see. Are you loose? That's what he said. Yeah, it's loose. That sit overnight. I'm kind of at a good stopping point since I gotta let stuff sit with break free so I can get it off in the morning. So, manana. I found a grapefruit carcass. It looks like Pac-Man. Okay, it's time to get back to work. Check it out, it's starting to look like a truck again. Got the wheels on, got the bed on. Now I gotta get some accoutrements added. So first things first, I picked up this bumper from a junkyard for $80. It's dent and rust free. And I got a brand new OEM bumper trim plastic pad for it as well. So, time to disassemble. So now I gotta take this bumper pad off. I'm gonna try not to damage it, even though that I don't need it, because I got a new one. This one is still in good shape. There we go. There is so much sand underneath that thing. That thing is a disgusting, dusty mess. So I'm gonna go hose it off. While I got this bumper cleaned off, there's actually a few more defects on it than I originally noticed, but a majority of this is all covered up with that plastic trim. Like all that's all covered and hidden. So I'm gonna take a little bit of Never Dull and see what I can do to the areas that are actually visible. I ended up having the front bumper re-chromed because it was so bad, and that cost more than a brand new bumper. So if I can save this one and only paid $80 for it, it'll help me kind of recoup some of the money I had to spend on the front. Just in case you're wondering what the hell this stuff is, it is a stinky white wool that you rub really hard on metal, it turns black, and then it makes it shiny. You're welcome for that deep scientific explanation. I mean, yeah, that's pretty damn shiny. For $80, I think I kind of lucked out. The bumper has some imperfections, but so does the truck. See, there's a little scratch right there. I was able to polish out. I couldn't go any further because it started turning coppery, so I didn't want to burn all the way through. And then over here, this side's pretty good with the exception of down on the very end on the bottom. There's some gouges right here. So other than that, for 80 bucks, it's rust free and I got a brand new bumper pad. I want this radiator core support off by the end of the day, so I'm just gonna shut up and get to work. So snap my fingers and we'll time lapse. So, whole core support is free and ready to come out. Only problem is, I don't have enough hands. I took the cardboard box that my fender flares came in, and I cut the end of it off and then stood the hood up in there against this soft pad to keep it protected. I had to ask for some assistance to get the hood off. It's absolutely impossible for me to do that by myself. I'm gonna put gloves on because it's lots of sharp sheet metal. There you go. Ha! This is so satisfying taking this rusted thing off. Don't you be a peen. Ha! Rusty core support, goodbye. Now I need to get the other one off the parts truck since this one is completely boned. It's the following day. Charlie's here with me and is gonna help out ripping this core support off of the parts truck. Hopefully I can get everything else I need off the parts truck today too, including the air conditioning components. And then it can just go off to scrap. Say, I'm a Charlie.
I am a Charlie. Oh.
I'm just gonna put this out here before I end up scrapping this thing. When I'm done with it, if anyone wants the remainder of the parts of this truck, let me know and you can have it.
You gotta take the entire thing. You can't just come out here and take a throttle body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's a package deal.
I don't think Mark would like that. No. Hey, this one says old 2. This is old 2. Mine said something different. I already forgot. Mine said
Hago.
Hago.
H-A-G-O. Hago.
Hago, and this one says old 2. That was super intelligent of me to only bring 1 bit. I completely forgot to bring extra bits just in case. So I'm screwed if this gets dull. And that's under that battery. Dead battery. This thing lasted doing the entire other core support and half of this core support and whatever I was using it on before that. All right, hammer and a seam separator, AKA flathead screwdriver. Now I gotta pry it outward to make sure I keep them separated. I completely sheared off and snapped the teeth off one side of the bit and then did the same to this side. And I only have 5 spot welds left, but I don't have any more bits with me, so I gotta go back and get more bits. There we go, bits. Wait, this one's already open. Bits. This should be the last thing right here, and it should separate. There we go. It's free. It's free. Oh, other than the wiring harness, it's free. Denskis. I got it pulled off and I took a ton of hardware too and plastic clipper doodles I needed. Look how much better condition this one is than mine. I just gotta do a scuff and shoot on this thing and tack weld it back into place. Unfortunately, the AC box that I need is melted down here. So that really sucks. I mean, I can take the other side of it, but I'm gonna end up needing to find one of these in the junkyard so that way I can have working AC. I need this bracket right here for the dryer as well. So you will not believe this. I was super stressed out that I was gonna lose the factory graphics on the core support, but because the parts truck is a 93 and my grams is a 94, there's only one difference between the two of them on the core support. Note the core support from the parts truck. All the graphics are located right here, and then this part is a separate piece. It's removable. The core support on my grams truck, notice how there's no stickers at all on it. That's because they're all right here on this plastic substructure. So I'm not gonna lose those because this isn't getting painted. It can't rust, it's plastic or fiberglass. No, it's plastic. There's no way. So I'm not gonna lose the graphics. They're gonna be able to stay right where they're at. And that little T piece in the center, I'm gonna take the good one that's not rusted. It's a complete win situation. I already went over them and everything else is completely identical between the two. And also, I picked up the brake booster assembly off the parts truck as well, which is completely rust free, just needs to get powder coated or painted. So in the next video, I'm gonna start prepping the engine bay, weld that new core support in place, and then it's ready for paint. And I'm gonna do a lot of work on the engine in the next video. It's gonna be mostly engine work. But this is so crazy how close I'm getting to having this done. And I got a whole bunch of parts that came in from Rock Auto to finish up the engine. So I also have a video I need to make on the Bronco and the Quattro. I have something special with that one as well. So I just gotta get my ass back to work. So I'll see you soon with another video.